What is going on, everyone? Mets Talk with Hayden J here. What's going on? And welcome to episode 7 of, I guess, if you want to call it the Mets Talk with Hayden Livestream. I think that's what it's been called so far. But what's going on, everyone? We got a ton of people in the chat. We got a ton of stuff to talk about today. I think from now on, what we're going to do is after each game series, we're going to do a live stream, and we're going to talk about series recap, the upcoming season series preview, and then just general predictions, thoughts. So we're going to talk about the series recap and series preview going ahead. So that'll be great. But let's get in the comments quickly. We got some ton of people in the comments so far. We got 8 active viewers. So thank you for checking in. LFGM indeed. Oh, we got a Phillies fan. Hey, listen, baseball is baseball. I'm definitely sure Thomas will be very interested in what I have to say about last night's game. What's up? What's going on? LFGM indeed. Crazy win. Of course, we're going to get into that. LFGM, indeed. I like that username, Consumer Cellular. 19 is number, buddy. Clown. I think I may have put clown for him, I think. I don't remember. Brewers talk. Hey, listen, it's a nice hat, historical hat. 2, Brewers, they've been on their game. I think they swept the Dodgers, so that's something you don't see every day. I do have great reactions. I will say that if you guys haven't checked it out. Great reaction from yesterday, but I guess overall, let's stop wasting any time and let's just dive right into overall, get my notes and everything together. We're just going to dive right overall into the first game, which was Friday's game, and that was game 1, and that was struggle of a game. I will say that. I mean, we all saw what happened with Alvarado. That was a crazy game. I was at work watching it, and my reactions were pretty damn funny. We saw Marcus Stroman was on the bump. I forgot. I had to think for a minute. Marcus Stroman against Chase Anderson, and you thought that, we faced Chase Anderson so much. He's been 0 for 3. You think we'd get to him, but sadly we didn't. We got the L, 1-2 Phillies. Anderson gets the W. Marcus Stroman, he had an interesting performance. 10 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, 0 earned runs, and 1 walk and 8 Ks. So his strikeout rate was up there, less ground balls. It was a windy night, so I know people were very concerned that the balls would be flying out of the stadium, but that was not the case. So Stroman, he went out there. His command was fine. He's using that slider and the splitter. He's throwing that every now and then, or more than every now and then. So that's really getting to him. If Stroman can maintain what he's doing with that splitter and slider, it's working for him. It's getting him that high K rate. I'm all for it. The bullpen was pretty elite. I know we're going to get into that later, but the bullpen was elite. Loop came in, Familia and Castro, all an inning pitched, 4 Ks combined through those 3 guys. Runners in scoring position was the issue for us. We were 1 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Dominic Smith drove in the 1 run that game. And unfortunately, we gave up those 2 runs with a strikeout from the pitcher, Chase Anderson. But it wasn't an ordinary strikeout. It went behind McCann's glove, went to the backstop, drove in 2 runs. I think that's the only time in Mets history that has happened. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was pretty tough. It really was. It really was tough. Just the fact is that we lose a game like that, it was really bad. But our bats were pretty much dead. And then, just briefly getting into the whole Jose Alvarado thing. Listen, Alvarado, he's a clown, if you ask me. I mean, listen, I understand he's a pitcher. He has his goal to go out there and strike everyone out. And he's a pitcher. I know he has his job. Everyone has their job in the field. And listen, I'm all for divisional rivalry. I'm all for Mets, Phillies, Dodgers, Padres, Yankees, Astros. I'm all for rivalries. I mean, to an extent, I am very old school when it comes to baseball. I believe in sportsmanship. As a baseball athlete, I could say I believe in sportsmanship. As a second baseman, whenever someone gets on base, I always pat them on the back, or in between, batters, I go up and pat them on the back or say, something funny. So I don't know, like that. Overall, I wasn't super pleased with it. Listen, if you want to show gloat, like Dom said, go ahead. I mean, listen, if it makes the game exciting, just be cognizant. Listen, you have future generations watching. You want to show sportsmanship. But I think you also, listen, he screamed, he got the strikeout. Okay, that's fine. But then once you start chirping at Dom, that's when it's kind of like, just shut up, dude. Don't be a jerk. There's a line between show gloating and being a jerk. When he was pumping up, like, yeah, that was show gloating. But then being a jerk was when he started looking at Dom and saying stuff. That's when you start to be a jerk. And then, as we know, Dom, he didn't take that. He took that to offense. He approached him, took off his helmet. Realmuto stepped in front of him. The home plate umpire stepped in front of Alvarado. And then overall, you know, the bench is cleared. Rojas was nowhere to be seen. We're going to talk about Rojas later because I have so much stuff to say about Rojas himself. But overall, it was a great benches clearing brawl. I mean, my reaction was hysterical. I was confused because I didn't know what was going on. But overall, I mean, great rivalry, honestly. I will say that. But listen, I mean, in terms of that, and in terms of the suspension, he should have been suspended. The fact is that, once you start throwing at people's heads and hitting, that's when it comes to severe. But just overall, I mean, it's cheap of Alvarado to do that. I don't want to call him a clown, but I'll just say it's cheap. It's just cheap. It's cheap. It's corny. Whatever synonym you want to use for that, go ahead. But we have 12 active viewers in the chat. Let's go, everyone. We're rocking. We're doing well. But yeah, so honestly, that's my thoughts on game one. Listen, how it went down is whatever. I mean, I'm very upset with Rojas. But like we said, we're going to get into that in a bit. In terms of game two was a bit of a struggle, but we went out there much better. Game two was a W for the Mets, a 5-4 win. We had Taijuan Walker against the former New York Mets, Zach Wheeler. Mets bats were active the first inning. Zach Wheeler, he didn't do too well against his former team in the Mets. The Mets drove in 4 runs the first inning itself, and we were 4 and 6 for runners in scoring position. We actually did some work. So that was unbelievable. First inning, our bats came into clutch. We went against Wheeler. We got against him. We made the pitch count go up against his favor. Michael Conforto broke out in this game. He had 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and then he pretty much got the game-hitting clutch winning hit. Gorgeous splitter from the Phillies bullpen. He got to it. I wish it was Alvarado. That would have been great, but Conforto, top of the 9th, got to it. Taijuan Walker did have a great performance, though. 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and 1 home run given up. He did lower his ERA to 3. Yeah, that'd be great if it was 1 to 3. The bullpen came into clutch again, as we stated. Loop and May went an inning pitched. And one thing I want to address about Trevor May is that Trevor May has been a very big surprise. I know going into spring training and stuff, everyone was expecting, him to worry about more of his velocity. He was a high 80s, low 90s velocity guy, mile per hour pitcher. And he's been using that changeup a lot. His changeup, I think, was averaging at least 93, 94 miles per hour. So his changeup is out there. It was electric. So whatever works for Loop. And I mean, if he could be this, nice lefty sinker bullpen reliever, I'm all for it. So that's really what it was with that. Overall, great game. Game two, like we said, and then Diaz got the save. So game two was a typical, to an extent, Mets game. Luckily, we did get the comeback. That is the most important thing, is that we got the comeback. So game three, which is what I'm sure most of you have briefly in your head. I mean, it was very recent. Yeah, it was pretty recent. We'll just say that. Game three, it was ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Usually on ESPN Baseball, we do not do well. So that's why I was concerned. It was one of the best games I have watched in quite a while. I don't want to say best, but it was a good game. It was a good game, and I usually don't see that a lot. We got lucky. We had some things in our favor, I will say that. But it was David Peterson against Zach Eflin. Peterson, he went out there that first inning. He struggled. His velocity wasn't so much the issue, more of his command, and he left a couple balls right down the plate, right through the strike zone to get hit. So Peterson struggled the first couple innings, but that second, third, fourth inning, he started to pull himself out of it. Peterson went 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. So his strikeout rate is going up there. I know he hasn't hit. Ground balls were low last night. A lot of strikeouts low for him. So very impressed. 8 strikeouts. I enjoy that. And he did lower his ERA to 4.81. I always enjoy that. We used a lot of our bullpen, which I wasn't super happy about. Fast forward, we're going to talk about that later towards today's game, but we used a lot of our bullpen, not happy. Castro went an inning. Jacob Barnes went an inning. Trevor May went an inning. We know about Edwin Diaz, and then Familia got the close. So overall, it was not super great with the bullpen. I guess we'll talk about the hitting, and then with Diaz, our bats came into clutch. 5 for 15 with runners in scoring position. I know it may not look good, but overall, it came in our favor. We had 17 hits, and I know it's the typical Mets effect where you get more hits, but then we managed to lose the game. That was not the case. But in terms of our bullpen, I was very intrigued that, Rojas, he reminds me of Callaway a little bit. He doesn't know what to do in these bullpen situations. One, it was a non-closing role. It was a non-closing moment, so I don't know why you would put Diaz in there. Listen, I mean, Trevor May has yet to go an extra inning. He's only pitched 1 inning so far. I mean, he's only been in 1 inning pitched scenario so far this season, so I can understand why Rojas didn't want to put him for 2. But you kind of have to in this situation. You have the lead. You have the lead in your favor. That's when you go for it. Diaz, he pitched the last 3-4 games. He was tired. He had back tightness. I'm assuming he expressed it, but he was a player. He could have declined and said, I want to go on the field. But as a manager, a player says that to you. I mean, we have Nimmo on the bench. We have Davis on the bench. We have 3 pitchers out. Do you really want to lose another one? So Rojas, that's fireable. Honestly, I would have no problem firing him. I'm going to get into that later, though, but that was terrible with Diaz. In terms of Diaz's trust, I still have it. I just think that back tightness really got to him. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 walks, first batter. It didn't look in his favor, though. But honestly, definitely would have not put in Diaz. I mean, I probably would have kept Trevor May. And I mean, boo-hoo, he's never went into his second inning, but that would have been the chance. We had a huge run in our favor. I know Pete Alonso was definitely the MVP of this game. 1 hit, 3 RBIs. He kind of opened up the game and kind of gave it to us when it was needed. And then, like we said, Jacob Barnes gets the win, who is now 0-1 on the season. But overall, this was not a game that I enjoyed. I was very upset during a lot of this time. And then, of course, we know what happened with Rhys Hoskins, his almost 100th home run, only has 99 now, sadly. Well, for him at least. Just almost cleared the railing or whatever it was, the wall. It was like some railing wall, whatever. That's not important. And then I honestly thought, the umpires, MLB umpires, they've been terrible these last couple games, especially on Sunday Night Baseball. So they're probably going to screw us the best way as possible. Not the case. I couldn't really tell. I mean, I have no idea. But luckily it went in our favor. I really will say that. Luckily it went in our favor. Rhys, he got ejected. I think he was mic'd up, which was pretty funny. And, it was an interesting game. And then luckily we put in Familia to get the 1-2-3 strikeout against Harper, which I always enjoy to watch. But overall, that was crazy how that happened. Just what a game, how it really ended. But Mets and Phillies, definitely a series to remember for a while. We had a bench clearing brawl, but I think the best way to recover from that is just to beat them. Throwing at them the next day, suspensions. I mean, suspensions is crap. We see how MLB handles these suspensions. A player gets suspended for 5 games. He'll get suspended for 1 and appeal and play for 4. Just remember Chase Utley. I mean, that dude came back in the division for game 5. So just the MLB suspensions, they really don't work. Brawl, benches clearing, that's what I meant. Yeah, benches clearing is a better term, I know. But overall, great series. I do want to talk about this Diesel Donnie Stevenson. To be honest with you, it's probably like a therapeutic animal. I really don't even know what to think it is. When I watched the initial reaction of Pete, he seemed pretty, he was serious. No satire, no smirks, no giggles, chuckles. He said, he's a new guy. Louis forgot to mention him, which I thought that was a little weird that Louis would forget to mention a person. And yeah, definitely interesting. I really don't know what it is. So at first I thought it was a person because Pete, he sounded pretty serious. Like, he's a mental coach, hitting coach. So I just thought, okay, maybe he's a guy who maybe has some knowledge with the game, maybe used to play. I don't know. Until he kind of said, Louis forgot to mention him. And then I was like, okay, maybe he's not a person then. And then Steve Gelbs asked Conforto, and then Conforto, kind of chuckles, and he's like, yeah, Donnie, he's a great person. He was hired by the Mets. He's cheap. And I was like, okay. So honestly, I'm probably thinking it's a dog or like a therapeutic stuffed animal or a therapy bracelet. It's probably something around those lines. I really have no idea. Um, but hey, I'll take it. It's whatever works, whatever works. We got 14 people in the chat. LFGMO, that's great. 14 great loyal fans. Appreciate it, everyone. But yeah, that's really it with Donnie. I mean, I don't know what it is. Whatever it works. I mean, the Nationals have the baby shark. Angels have the rally monkey. So we have Donnie, the Diesel Stevenson. I mean, what's the owner of the Mets name? Steve. So I don't know. Whatever it works, I really can care less. It came into effect the last 2 nights, so it's probably a dog or something. Or honestly, it's probably a made-up meme, but I love it. So I mean that was great with the Mets and Phillies game. 16 active people in the chat. Let's go, everyone. 18. We're getting up there. I appreciate it. But jumping off into game 1 of the game tonight. I do not believe who is supposed to be starting tonight. I believe. Oh, sorry about that. I believe. Oh, sorry. So I believe it's supposed to be Joey Lucchesi. Last I checked, yeah, Joey Lucchesi. Thank you. So he was recalled up today, so that's great. I haven't checked Twitter much today. Very busy today, but last I heard, everyone's saying it's Lucchesi. So it is going to be Joey Lucchesi against the veteran Mets killer, if you want to call him, Adam Wainwright. So that's going to be a great series. Adam Wainwright has yet to get a win. He is 0-3 on the season so far. He's looking good. He's ready for action. He has been struggling these last couple games, as stated. 4.08 ERA, 0-3 on the season. And like we said, we have Joey Lucchesi coming in for today's game because DeGrom will have an extra day of rest, which I'm fine with that. We've seen DeGrom do that in the past, so that always works. I'm fine with that. And so that's going to be game 1. And I think, like I said, it's unfortunate we used so much of our bullpen last night because we used 5 bullpen pitchers. So now my concern with the bullpen is we only have such limited bullpen guys. So tonight, Lucchesi, he's going to go 4 innings probably, if even, maybe 5 tops. So Rojas kind of screwed us last night, and that's when I said he doesn't know how to do the bullpen. So that's going to be a big issue, but we got 18 people in the chat. LFGMO, drop a like, comment, share this video. 18 people, that's probably a record. We probably, 18, 17, whatever. And then we got game 2, which is tomorrow night at 7:45. Some lefty-righty action. It'll be DeGrom against, don't trigger if I mispronounce his name, I'm Polish. Kwang Kim, I think is his name. We'll just call him Kim. And like we said, DeGrom will have an extra day off. That's always great. Statistically, he's looked good with a 6-day rest. I'm fine with that. But overall, that should be a great matchup. DeGrom is coming off of one of his prior best starts, 15 strikeouts, and I believe that was also on 6 days rest. So if that could be a thing for DeGrom, I'll take it. And like we said, Kim is coming off the IL recently, according to ESPN, the injury report. He has an awesome slider from the research I've done. And so that'll be game 2. Excited for that. That should be a good game to watch. To go, hopefully we can get run support. Hopefully Donnie Diesel Stevenson could show up to St. Louis. If he has to chill in the arc, whatever works. We got Stroman versus Gant in game 3, which will also be at 7:45. Should be a good game. Like we said, Stroman tweaked his hamstring last outing, which only made him go 5 innings pitched and just threw a little over 60 innings pitched. But so far, according to the Mets organization, Stroman is all set to pitch for Wednesday. He seems fine. No news on if he did any exercises or workout routines in the last 20 to 48 hours to see if he's fine. But if they say he's fine, I'll take it. Stroman's been looking elite, though, like we said, his last outing. He's been showing that sinker, that splitter, slider. Those 3 pitches are helping him. It's getting those strikeouts. Listen, he's a ground ball pitcher, but those pitchers are helping him getting out strikeouts. So whatever works for Stroman. And like we said, John Gant, who I personally don't know much about him. From what I've seen, he has a high walk rate and is struggling with his command. So I'm all down to that. Hopefully the Mets hitters don't become free swingers and swing at all the breaking balls outside of the zone. And then we got game 4, 1:15, which will be an interesting game. We got Taijuan Walker against Jack Flaherty. And yeah, so that'll definitely be an interesting game to watch. It's one game that's going to be a great matchup. Like we said, Walker's command of the strike zone was lost his last appearance, as we stated before. But hopefully he can get on top of that. And then, like we said, Jack Flaherty, who he's been electric so far this season. I think he leads the league in wins. I believe he is 5-0. So whatever works. His last outing he was against the Pirates. Take it with a grain of salt, though. 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. So that's electric. Jack Flaherty is definitely top 5, top 6, top 7 NL Cy Young guy. So honestly, my predictions on this, I'm probably gonna go 2-2. I think we'll split the series. I really do. Just because I don't know. I mean, listen, if we could take it, I mean, I would love a 3-1. I would love a 4-0. I think a split is probably the best to say. So that's the Phillies and Mets series recap. That is the Mets and Cardinals series preview. Diving into Rojas a bit. I mean, we all know how much I'm not super fond of Rojas. But like I stated before, but when it comes to in terms of having a player who's potentially hurt, let's say, Diaz, was going to be put into the ninth. It's most likely he addressed that he was sore. I mean, it's not like he would do it afterwards. He probably went into that first batter to face with a sore back. He was played the last 3-4 games in a row. So that should be on Rojas's mind, common sense. He's probably sore. Give him a day's rest. It's a non-save situation. Put May in for the second part of the second inning. Yeah, he's never played 2 innings back-to-back so far with the Mets, but it's a non-save situation. Who gives a damn? And then sadly, he just went out there and he looked like 2019 Diaz. Everyone said, oh, he's a slump. I don't think it was that. I just think the back soreness really got to him. If he wasn't sore, I think he'd be fine. And like we said, the guy went out there, he threw 4 days in a row. So it got to him. But with Rojas, I don't know, this press conference, he sounded like the biggest clown. Out of the press conference, it pretty much just sounded like he was saying, oh, well, I put Diaz in, because I was more concerned with who would fill that batting order spot. Like that's your focus rather than pitching. Pitching wins championships, no, Luis? So honestly, I'm done with this dude. At this point, I do not like Rojas. He doesn't stand up for his players. How he manages the bullpen so far is what we've seen is very interesting. Probably maybe worse than Callaway. I'm going to go with that. So doesn't stand up for his players, managing the bullpen, and he's just a dud. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't stand up for anyone. During the Alvarado benches clearing incident, he was nowhere to be seen. I see Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor talking to the umpires. Where's Rojas? Shouldn't he be out there? I mean, you're the manager, aren't you supposed to be? The only time I see him is when the umpires were going to address him about the Castro incident. And that was the only time I see him. And he was calm. He was out there, hands behind his back. His mask up all the way. I couldn't see his facial gesture, but he was calm, pathetic. We see Joe Girardi. Joe Girardi went out there a couple times. We know he got suspended in the St. Louis series. Obviously that wasn't intentional. Of course, a foolish lefty bullpen pitcher who has no command of the strike zone. That's basic. But overall, I think when it came down to Girardi, he stand up for his players. He got suspended for that game, and then even yesterday or 2 days ago with the what do you want to call it? The zone, the running zone, whatever you mean it. The baseline, yeah, that's the term. The baseline. He came out there and he argued. He didn't get ejected though. Yeah, I do mean ejected. But that's what I like about managers. That's really what I like about managers is that when they stand up for their players, they have their back, And listen, I'm all for like a player type of manager. I'm all for like a leader, a clubhouse guy who's going to help manage this team. I'm for that. But I think, the manager, they have so much to do, and I don't think Rojas is the guy. And I think each game Rojas is making himself more look like a bum. And every time the Mets do something good, I guarantee you it's not on Rojas' favor. Yeah. So that's honestly it with Rojas. I can go all day with Rojas. Look, fire Rojas. I know everyone wants to fire him. But overall, that's it with Rojas. I could talk about him all day, but getting into another topic. Now it is the gorgeous month of May. And as you could tell, in sunny Florida, it is gorgeous out. It is like 70 or 80 degrees right by me today, so I enjoy that. But just looking at the 2020 stats, 2021 of April stats, in terms of the leaderboards, I wanted to go over that. So in terms of batting and offense, so far batting average, we have Brandon Nimmo leading at 318. We have Pete Alonso leading at 5 home runs. RBIs was 12 for Pete Alonso. Stolen bases was 2 for Nimmo. On base percentage, a 430 on base percentage for Nimmo. An 870 OPS for Nimmo. 21 hits for Nimmo. And a 500 slugging also for Nimmo. So those are the leaderboard stats for the month of May. Obviously, those numbers are much different now because the last 2 games. But those are the offensive stats in terms of May. April. I don't get my words too well now. So those are the stats in terms of April. And then in terms of pitching for April, DeGrom was the ERA leader at 0.51. I also saw that DeGrom was the NL Cy Young for the month of April, I think, with Garrett Cole. Wins, Marcus Stroman at 3. Ks, DeGrom 59. Saves, Diaz 2. Should have been. Well, yeah, no, that was May. Whip 0.57 in DeGrom, and then innings pitched 35 on the dot for DeGrom. So those are the leaderboards. In terms of predictions, I mean, it's really different. I mean, honestly, I don't think it'll be super different. I know Conforto's starting to break out. I did want to touch on that. I did want to touch on that briefly. With 3 guys who have kind of been coming out a bit. I'm actually in the midst of uploading a Francisco Lindor slump video, so I recommend, please, once that is out, please check that out. I'm debating I'll probably upload that tomorrow, or I don't know, I'll probably upload it today or tomorrow. I'll have to see in times. Let me know in the comments, guys, what time are you usually on YouTube? What time do you guys typically enjoy to watch? 7 p.m., 3 a.m.? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know a general time. My camera's off. Whoops. Let me know a general time that usually works for you guys. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Sometimes my old computer does that, but please, everyone, let me know a time that usually works for you guys. We'll go over that. So yeah, that'll be very good if we could figure that out. So basically, just in terms of 3 guys that I wanted to talk about who have definitely been showing out so far these last 7 games. Jeff McNeil, Michael Conforto, and Pete Alonso. I was about to say Francisco Lindor, but no. I was not going to say Francisco Lindor. So first, we got to go Jeff McNeil. In his last 7 games, a 364 batting average, 462 on-base percentage, 545 slugging, and 1,007 slugging. On-base percentage. OPS. McNeil's definitely been going out there more. I know that he slightly changed his stride. A lot of deep mechanics in his batting stance. I know they said that he'd kind of keep more outwards with his legs, and he'd kind of tuck his back leg in. And then I know they said that when he strided, he kind of leaned more in. And then I know with his whole batting posture, it was just so different. And then I know, listen, when it comes to McNeil, he's not going to be a power hitter. Knock on wood, I would love him to be a power hitter. I know in 2019 he kind of tore his rotator cuff or did something, and those are notorious for snapping power. I mean, 2019, the guy had 23 home runs. He has 2 right now on the dot. I think it's possible he can get more. I just think it's going to come down to if he could stay healthy, keep the rotator cuff or whatever it was to a stable condition. And Jeff McNeil's the type of guy who I don't mind being a leadoff or second leadoff hitter. Obviously, we have Nimmo. But, when we see Rojas batting McNeil 6th, 7th, I'm thinking to myself, bruh, this is a 300 batting average plus guy. Why is he batting so low? And I just really didn't get it. I mean, is there something that Rojas isn't telling us? Is the dude hurt? I don't know. But we saw him bat first leadoff and treated him well. So Jeff McNeil, I'm looking high on. If he could be the top NL second baseman according to MLB, second best second baseman behind DJ LeMahieu, I'll take it. His glove has been looking solid so far. He's making some marvelous defensive plays. his bat, if he can get up there. I would like his power to come back a little bit. But if he can't, I'll take, a base hit guy. Next, we got Michael Conforto, who has also been in the talks of Francisco Lindor. Last 7 games, 364 average, 692 slugging, and over 1,000 OPS, and 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. Conforto saved us in Game 2 of the Mets and Phillies game, as we know. But Conforto, listen, I know he did something different mechanically too. I hate to use so much mechanics, but I know with his batting stance, he kind of left. He kind of was more outwards. He was kind of more outwards, kind of like lollygagging like this. I know, and then now I know he's kind of keeping it more closer to his chest. And I know we've kind of seen that these last couple games, and if it has something to do with it, go ahead. I also know that he did with his elbow more, that he leaned his elbow in. Whatever works. I mean, I'll take it. Whatever works for Conforto. If he could be his 2020 self, listen, Conforto's the guy who's going to have, 20 games good, 20 games bad, 5 games good, 1 bad game, 1 adequate game, 20 more. He fluctuates. But if he could remain a nice average, help out this team, score with runners in scoring position, it's all that matters. And then lastly, we have Big Meat Pete Alonso, my favorite New York Met on this team, or one of them at least. Big Alonso boy, got the Alonso right there, the Alonso jersey. Got so much Alonso stuff. Big fan of Pete Alonso. 308 batting average, 500 slugging, 879 OPS, and 5 RBIs in the last 7 games. Alonso, listen, I mean, I would love for the dude to hit 53 home runs, but I just think overall, even with the dented balls, I just think it's very unlikely. I mean, listen, he could probably be a 42, 43 home run hitter. I think that's what I put for my predictions. But I love Pete. I really do. I know we said that he slimmed down a lot compared to last offseason and, last season. He's kind of using his legs more. He kind of put more leg days in, more work with his legs. And I know legs and your hips have to do so much with your swing. I know he said that he's been focusing more on his legs and his hips and leaning more inwards, first string, so he can bring that power from his legs up to his chest and arms and use that power. So apparently it's working, whatever works, like I said. So Alonso, he's been doing much better. He's been hitting a lot more ground balls, I noticed. Although I think, hitting percentile, all that stuff, slugging, I think he's definitely in the high percentile. So I'll take it. So those are the guys I've been very impressed with so far this season, or just in the last 7 games at least. In terms of tonight, I think someone asked me a question, who's going to homer first? I'll go Pete Alonso. I always do. But we got a ton of great people in the chat. I saw we got some great fans. I know we got Mets fan in here. I don't know if you guys are still in here, but what's going on? You think that home run, your casual umpires took a rare W? Yeah. I know there's a lot of comments. I prefer an opener. Yeah, I mean, listen, if, like I said, the concern is that we used a lot of our bullpen last night. I mean, if you want to start a guy like Jacob Barnes or Robert Gazelman, have him go 2-3 innings tops, go ahead. It's just 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, I mean, we need a bullpen for tomorrow. Well, no, actually, I take that back. Tomorrow we won't need a bullpen because we'll have DeGrom. So give or take, it really comes down to planning, and that's what Rojas lacks. In terms of tomorrow's bullpen, I'm really not concerned because we have DeGrom, and I guarantee you will be DeGrom and maybe 2 bullpen pitchers for tomorrow. So, I mean, we're going to use at least 5-6 of our relievers tonight, no doubt. I mean, if you have Barnes, if we had Barnes or Gazelman start instead of Lucchesi, we'd use 6 guys. If Lucchesi goes 3-4 innings, you could maybe chop it down to 3-4. But, I wouldn't be opposed to Jacob Barnes or Robert Gazelman starting. Both of those guys, Gazelman started games for us before. Concern on Lindor. Yeah, I'm about to I mentioned it before. I made a video about it. I'm going to upload that very shortly. It's a 3-minute video. With my videos, I like it short, simple, sweet. I don't like to drag it out. Plus, the views gets better if it's shorter. But yeah, short and simple. I like that. So I'm going to upload that very soon. I'm debating if I should upload that today or tomorrow, whenever. But please, guys, let me know in the comments what time works best and what time are you usually on YouTube. What time do you usually go on YouTube and watch videos so I can know when to upload? David says 3 p.m. I will keep that in mind. What's going on, Wardy? Keep up the great work. I appreciate it, man. I don't know if you're still in the stream. Most likely you could not be, whatever. I appreciate you, LFGM, man. We're definitely going to have to collab sometimes. I know you and I briefly hopped into, I believe, 2 of your streams at some point, and we briefly conversed about the Mets and Red Sox series. So, yeah, we'll definitely have to do that again. Nighttime works for you. Okay. I appreciate that. Diaz's control is a huge indicator. Yeah, I mean, and that's true. 1, 2, 3, 4 directly in a row. I mean, usually Diaz, he'll give up a hit rather than walking a guy. And like we said, he was throwing filth out there. I mean, he walked the first batter. I believe it was a pop fly and then a triple. So honestly, once that triple came, I forgot who hit it. Once that triple came, that was the calling sign. Okay, Diaz, I mean, listen, it wasn't 2019. And even injuries aside, the dude played 4 games in a row. So that's a simple sign enough is that, what the hell are you doing? But yeah. I think the blame goes on Diaz if he went out there with back sniff still. Yeah, that's true. But I also think the manager the manager's the one who says a yay or nay. So I think although it definitely comes down to them, but I think Rojas more has an effect. Well, yeah, but I mean, is Bryce Harper throwing, a 98-mile-per-hour four-seam fastball, 80 times? I mean, position players are so much different, but I get what you're saying. But Harper was careful, though. I think it was 2 nights ago or last night. He didn't even slide into second base to try to break up the double play. He just went like, ooh, oh, no, I'm going to get out of the baseline. He didn't want to get hit. But listen, I'm glad he's recovering. Definitely was nasty. 97, 98 mile per hour right in the face. Yeesh. Cam, yeah. All right. So, yeah, we had some basic talk going on up ahead. But please, if you guys want to drop some comments, I guess we'll do the rest of the stream answering some questions. If you guys want to know anything about me, I don't know anything about baseball, my hat collection, I have no idea. So yeah, please everyone drop some comments, questions, whatever. What do you guys, Roman Quinn, he hit the triple. That is true. I do remember that now, but last night was a crazy game. We had a great stream so far today. I know we're kind of losing everyone now. We had a high of 18 people. That's impressive. Very impressive. Please, everyone, if you could, share the stream with everyone. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. I saw today MLB tweeted out that New York Aces dominated in April. Garrett Cole and DeGrom are pitchers of the month in the NL and AL. Pretty AL, that's NL I can see. I mean, it was really close. I mean, I could have seen a guy like Corbin Burns getting it potentially. But no, I think DeGrom's obviously the best pick. We have our comment from our friend David Perez. What batting order would you like to see tonight? And then the batting lineup should be up around 5. Thing is, I don't know who's available. Is Nimmo available tonight? I mean, Davis isn't available most likely. Is Nimmo available? So we're facing a righty pitcher, a veteran. So I mean, if you want to go, I'm gonna write it down. So if you want to go, Jeff McNeil. I mean, I like McNeil batting off. Leading off. I really do. So if you want to go McNeil, Alonso batting second. He has high numbers. So I'm gonna go maybe like McNeil. Let's say I don't know. Is Nimmo leading off or no? If Nimmo's playing, then I got Nimmo, McNeil. I'm actually going to bump Lindor down because he's not doing anything. And 17 hits last night, he didn't even get anything. So I'm going to go Nimmo, McNeil, Alonso, Conforto. Nimmo, McNeil, Alonso, Conforto. Smith. No. Conforto, Lindor. Smith. I would like to say third base. Maybe Guillorme. Oh, no, Guillorme's out. Shit. So, honestly, I'd probably go Nimmo, McNeil, Alonso, Conforto, Lindor, Smith. And I guess Almora is going to – no, not Almora. VR is going to come in then. So, VR. VR, McCann, pitcher. So I got Nimmo, McNeil, Alonso, Conforto, Smith, Lindor, VR, McCann, pitcher. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Davis is playing tonight. It's likely he's not. I don't know if Nimmo is. Lineup should be up at 5. Yeah, so we'll get to break that live. It's your Nimmo, McNeil, Lindor, Pete, Conforto, Dom, JD. Yeah, Nito. I wouldn't mind if Nito started. I saw Patrick Mazikia. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I know he's on the taxi squad. I saw he uploaded a picture on his Instagram today of him at St. Louis with the ARC. Is the taxi squad, so they travel with the team, but is he start? I mean, that'd be interesting if he starts, but I believe he can play for his base. But I mean, he's a catcher. It's not like we need a third baseman. Or an outfielder at this rate to substitute. So that's going to be interesting to see how this game goes out tonight. I mean, so much planning, so much hypothetical semantics. I really don't know anymore at this rate. Trying to think. So yeah, we have 5 minutes till the lineup should be released. That should be pretty interesting. We're going to break it live together. So overall, great stream so far, 42 minutes in. We're probably not going to have anyone join just because I like to do more. Typically, I think from now on, what we're going to do is, I think I stated before that I'm always going to, from now on, probably most of my live streams are going to be after a series ends. So that way I could do a series recap and then a series preview. I'm debating about doing call-ins and stuff. I would like to do that. I know we got, I think, 4 people join our last call-in. Maybe I'll start a series where people could join the stream, talk Mets, ask me questions, ask them questions, vice versa. So that'd be great. Conforto was on a hot streak. Listen, like I said before, Conforto, I mean, he's one of the guys who we weren't expecting to be. We were hoping Lindor would be first, but like I said, he's getting out there. He's getting on those splitters. Gave us the clutch in game 2. I'll always like Conforto. His defense, it's like Lindor too. Their defense, like when the Mets were struggling with runners in scoring position, like especially with Lindor and Conforto, their defense was good. Oh, and I'm not going to say too much about Lindor because that's another video, and I don't want to spoil it. But with Conforto and Lindor, and they were struggling. Their defense was good. Just their bats weren't anything. But it's May. Hoping Conforto's bat can get hot. Did you see Taijuan Walker pitch hit? I did see that, and that was the most foolish thing that you would put your pitcher into hit. I mean, is Albert Almora Jr. alive? I guess not. I really guess not. But yeah, you never want to put your. I mean, I know they did it with Seth Lugo in Colorado, but Seth Lugo could hit. Taijuan Walker can't. I mean, I can give a damn if he has 99 in the back. He's not hitting one over the fence. But yeah, I mean, I don't know why. Rojas, he just has no. Rojas doesn't know how to manage a bullpen. I mean, he puts in Diaz after 4 games in a row, non-save situation. He's like Callaway. He doesn't know. Well, Callaway wasn't bad. Callaway was just foolish in bullpen decisions. He wasn't terrible with the lineup. Yeah. I mean, that's really what I'd say with Rojas. When are you going to release the Lindor video? I'm debating about uploading it today or tomorrow. Everyone no one's letting me know. Drop in the comments. What time are you guys usually on YouTube? Let me know what time you guys are usually on YouTube. Almora already pitched. Oh, he did. Okay. So then, I mean, Guillorme was out. I'm assuming Rojas wanted that lefty bat crap that he always goes for. So yeah, he didn't really have much of a choice then, but still. You don't do YouTube for the money? Nah, I can really care less. I mean, if I got money, that'd be nice, but I already have a job, so I already get money and stuff. But I'd like to do this as a side hobby. Talk with some great fans, other Met YouTubers, just express my opinions, and just see what people have to say, if they agree, disagree. We live in a world where people like to agree, disagree. I respect that. Just go on the journey, document my reactions, my growth with the Mets, knowledge, and just see the history of this team. Like I said, if I got money, it'd be great, but I could really care less. DeGrom should have pitched it. Yeah, that would have been funny, but definitely wouldn't want DeGrom on the mound. Wouldn't want him at the plate. With his luck, he'd get it hurt. Lugo didn't pitch. He pitched. Nah, yeah. What was that? In Colorado? I don't remember. That was so long ago. I do not remember that. LFGM, indeed. Oh, we got Jerry. And that's I think that's Jerry. That's Jerry Kuzman. Jerry Kuzman. I don't know when they are going. I know last year they were going to retire his number in June. And I don't know what. And then obviously with COVID, and then they want to have a ceremony and stuff, so they scheduled it for this year. And Steve Cohen, he's going to do a lot with our Hall of Famers and former Mets. We got we have the Tom Seaver statue coming in July. We got the Jerry Kuzman number retirement in, I think, June, July. I'm hoping they retire Keith's number soon. I'm hoping they retire David Wright's number soon. And, I want Steve Cohen to honor the former Mets because, sadly, corrupt Coupon Wilpon, he kind of neglected that. And I mean, he neglected Gary Carter. Gary Carter was never able to see his number, his number never get honored, and just his career never get honored with the Mets. So that was very unfortunate. So I'm hoping Steve Cohen, he seems cognizant of that, to honor the former team and just the past, and even the farm team too. Both parts of the Mets, the history and the future. You're doing great. I appreciate it. LFGM. I love your reactions. Promote the video. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just get very I'll go on a brief spiel. I'm going for a political science major. So I'm very used to arguing with people and getting very loud and feisty and interrupting. So when it comes to stuff I don't like, I'm used to getting loud and showing off emotions and having satire and triggered emotions. But yeah, definitely, you guys should see me at Mets games. When I was at the 2019 MLB Players Weekend, Mets and Braves, DeGrom and Mike Fultonevich. DeGrom hit the home run, and I was nuts. I lost my voice that day. We should retire. Bring him back. You sound like I don't know about that, but I appreciate that. The GOAT. Greetings from Germany. Guten Tag. What is it, like wie geht's es dir? I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm not too great on German, but I know the basics. I would definitely like to visit Deutschland. Yeah, but everyone, please drop a comment, questions. I should pick up Billy Hamilton seriously. I don't know. I'm assuming you're joking, but I'll actually look on fantasy. I'm assuming this is a joke, but I'll look. I won last week fantasy, so that was good. Billy Hamilton. Dude's... No, I'm not picking him up. Why am I picking him up? He literally did nothing. He had a run and an RBI. Wow. No, I'm not picking him up. I'm assuming that was a trolling moment or something. 0% active roster. Yeah, I'm not picking him up. You agree now McCann is whack. I mean, I never really said McCann was whack or not. I think looking at James McCann, I was excited for him to come to the Mets. I mean, the only concern is he's never been a full-time catcher. He always had Yasmani Grandal in front of him. And that's one thing I said. I said, he's never been a full-time catcher. Can he play 130 games, or can he only play 40, 50 games? And everyone said, oh, shut up, Hayden. No one cares about that. We love McCann, and he's the GOAT. And, I mean, look what happened. His framing isn't that great. I mean, everyone says, oh, his framing's great. But, he goes down there and he sits like this and he's like, oh, you got to frame better. His framing is not good. He lets so many balls past him. His defense overall has just been crap. I mean, game 2, he literally let those 2 runs by him and he stood there. Stroman had to recover the ball. He stood there and he's like, where's the ball? Where's the ball? Look, talk to your pitcher. I mean, he doesn't have good communication with the pitchers. I mean, honestly, at this rate, if this man's going to start 130 games, 140 games, we're going to be in for a tough season. I mean, if he could have a bounce back, I'd appreciate that, but it's going to be tough. Mick double play. Hey, it's been a lot of Mick doubles. It was a joke. Yeah, I figured. When do you think Lindor will come around? Like I said, Hayden 2.0. I am going to upload a Francisco Lindor thoughts, concern, whatever you want to call it, video pretty soon. I recorded it today. I made it today. Made it very professional. It's going to be the best YouTube video. So yeah, please, I will upload that soon. Let me know, guys. What time are you guys usually on YouTube? What's the best time to upload a video? But overall, I'm probably gonna upload that video either maybe today, tomorrow, or the latest Wednesday. I'll upload at some point this week, and I will definitely let everyone know when that will be up. And yeah, I don't want to spoil it too much. Who do you think the Mets need to get going? In terms of players slumping, I mean, like I said before, Conforto's starting to get hot. Alonso's starting to get hot, and McNeil's starting to get hot. I mean, obviously, I'd say Lindor in terms of offense. I mean, his defense is fine. You know, that's one thing. I don't want to keep spoiling it, but yeah, Lindor offensively, I'll give it defensively pitching. Honestly, it's kind of a tough. I guess Peterson. Yeah, Peterson. He's if he could be more 2020 selves, go 6-2 instead of like 2-3. LOL. His defense, yeah, McCann has been terrible. McCann can get. Yeah, I mean, listen, if he can get it going, I trust it. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, his framing is his hit or miss. He'll have a good game where he could frame something, but I just prefer Nito's framing. Nito's more athletic. He gets up more. He reads the pitchers more. I mean, his arm. I mean, that's the thing is, I mean, McCann, he's not a full-time catcher. So getting him used to a full-time catcher, it's going to be an adjustment. That's not true. I like McCann. Listen, I like him too, but if he's not going to be playing well, then I probably won't like him. But at least Lindor, yeah, like I said. Can we get a room tour? I mean, on this side of my room, I have a ton of flags. I have an American flag and some posters. And on this side of my room, I have a German flag, some Broncos stuff because I'm a Denver Broncos fan. And yeah, some other in a chair. And then obviously you see that. Ahead is my desk. I have my calendar, some music stuff, my school stuff. And then there's my closet. But yeah, I could definitely do a room tour. I was debating about doing like a memorabilia collection show off. A lot of people would like to see that, I'm sure. I have so much stuff. And in those drawers, that drawer right there could probably take up like 2 hours worth of a video. So I'm definitely going to have to get that going one day. McCann is so... I don't know if I want Nito every start, but definitely I think Nito's going to get more appearances than expected. Joe McCann, don't know where the ball was, hit it off the umpire's foot. Okay, that's fair. I mean, yeah, it did off the umpire's foot. I mean, fine. Well, you will put that aside. Still, his framing isn't super great. And I think his defense is better than Wilson's. Really? I mean, the thing with Ramos was he was just slow. I mean, he wasn't like himself with the Nationals. Ramos was just slow and lazy, and even pitchers like Syndergaard didn't want to go out there. Syndergaard literally argued with everyone saying, I want Nito catching. Ramos is too slow. And Ramos is just slow all around. He was slow on the base pass. You know, the chances of him getting a double were impossible. I mean, I guarantee you guys like Alonso can get a triple where Ramos would just get a base hit. Ramos was just slow. He was more of that power bat. You know, you kept him more down in the lineup to kind of drive in the 6th, 7th, or 8th hitter if they're even on base. Ramos would never, be in the first 5 of the batting order. He was kind of like the slow guy, but he'd be kind of that bottom line power hitter to drive in the 5, 6, 7, 8 kind of guy. But I don't know. With Ramos, he's doing pretty well so far offensively. Well, I don't know about batting average, but I'm excited Trevor May is going to upload a vlog. I would like to see that. Trevor May's been doing great. I mean, like I said, the concern with May going into the season was his velocity. He was a low 80s, high 80s, low 90s velocity type of guy. Now he's going out there with that changeup, 94, 95, 96 miles per hour. It's working for him. So whatever works for May, go for it. I like the changeup. It's filth. Not as filth as Castro, but still. Upload it during the game. I don't know. I'll see. I mean, I'm probably not going to get a ton of views for that. So I don't know. I'll see. I'll probably upload it tomorrow. 3, didn't play Lindor. Ramos is a better framer. I have heard that. You are not the first person to mention that to me. Okay, fair enough. McNeil, Alonso. Yeah, those are the key guys right there. Dan Keston here to the. Oh, really? What did I got the Brewers hat on? Damn, that's tough luck. I wonder what that is. I know he chucked out that freaking sack fly from third. He chucked that. Dustin May. Really? Are you like faking me right now? You probably are faking me. I don't care. Let's take a look. See. Okay, UCL. Okay, yeah. So you're partially, yeah. That would require Tommy John, most likely UCL tendon. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that is true. Francisco Lindor doesn't look like it didn't happen to Pete. He was a rookie. Looks like Lindor doesn't play into the hype. Listen, I mean, I'm gonna upload a video. I don't want to talk too much about Lindor because I don't want to spoil it, but Ramos sucked. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, Ramos, he was just slow, and the pitchers didn't even feel comfortable with him going out there. I mean, if they throw a breaking ball right in the dirt, 88 miles per hour, they didn't feel comfortable because they figured it would have went by Ramos, and he would have not been able to scoop it in the dirt properly. Wilson Ramos, yeah, I think he has 6 bombs in the year so far. It's not Castro's fault, the home run. Castro? Wait, what are we talking about, Castro? Oh, yeah. 5 innings for Peterson. Honestly, I would have called it for him. I mean, Peterson's not going to play long into the season. I mean, he only has so many innings on his arm. Only such minimal experience in AAA. I would have taken out Peterson, in my opinion. 5 innings enough. I mean, I know you needed the bullpen for the next day, but Castro could have went 2-3 innings. Yeah, game could play out so much different. But no, I mean, it kind of was Castro's fault. I mean, he left it over the plate. Change up over the plate. Nito. Oh, is the lineup? Oh, shit, the lineup's up. Is it? I don't know. I just see everyone commenting stuff. Let's take a look-see. Jeff McNeil. Told you, everyone. I said it. McNeil, Lindor. No, you're not supposed to add him there. McNeil, Lindor, Conforto with the Alonso, Smith, Pilar, Villar, Nito, and Luke Casey. What the fuck is this? So yeah, I mean, yeah, they're gonna give Nimmo a day off. I mean, they don't want to mess with him if he's been having. I mean, Nimmo's defense isn't an issue; it's just with the bat. I'm fine with the first 4 to 5. And like we said, Nimmo and Dady remain absent due to finger injuries, of course. All right. I mean, listen, I said this about the whole I said this about the game 2 weeks ago with the Nationals, that lineup, and it came to us. So we'll see. We'll see. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not horrific, the lineup. I personally wouldn't like it every day, but I mean, listen, I guess there really are no issues just because we don't have any guys to take in. Villar's our only lefty on the bench. Guillorme's out. I mean, why don't they play Albert Almora Jr.? I mean, Pilar last night had a good night, but I mean, is Almora Jr. alive? I mean, Jake Hager, if you want to call him up, Mark Vientos. I mean, Jake Hager and Mark Vientos. I mean, I know so many other Met fans are going to love him saying this, but I mean, aren't those guys doing anything? I mean, is Jordan Yamamoto alive or is he dead in a ditch? I mean, I haven't heard anything about Yamamoto. I've been seeing him on Instagram. He's alive, so bring him up. Not a bad lineup. Yeah, I mean, like I said, with the circumstances the Mets have, who else are you going to have? I mean, the only guy on the bench is who? Almora and Nito. And they're using Nito. They're using VR. They're using Pilar. So the only theoretically guy they'll have on the bench today, I guess, may be Nimmo. In case of whatever shenanigans. So potentially Nimmo. You'll have Almora for sure. Maybe that's why they have Patrick Mazika. Okay, that makes sense. If they're starting Nito, McCann may be on the bench. Or honestly, they may just give McCann the full day off. No issues. I mean, with the circumstances, I guess. Pilar, yeah. Almost 2 home runs in the same inning. Almora made an amazing catch. Yeah, I mean, Rojas doesn't know how to manage a bench. I mean, in terms, I think our bench is currently 5 players right now. I wouldn't be opposed to having a 4-man bench and an extra pitcher. I mean, if you want to bring up like Yamamoto and maybe send down, I mean, I may as well send out Almora if you're not going to use him. I mean, they're not using Almora, so just send him down then at this rate. And then if we're talking the opposite, if we want a 6-man bench, if you want to bring up, Mark Vientos or Jake Hager and maybe send down, that's difficult. I mean, Reed Foley's been pretty solid, but that's difficult. That's difficult to answer. But yeah, so far this looks great in terms of the lineup doesn't look horrific. We'll see. Hopefully Lucchesi can go out there, show us that Cherv and Slutter, get out there in the count with his nasty action. I'm excited for it. So honestly, we'll have to see with that. Patience will be very important for tonight's game. I don't know. We'll probably call the stream up in a bit. We've been on it for an hour, but we had a high of 18 people at one point. That's great. I really thank everyone for coming out, though. We really did great. Yeah, we really did great. Yeah, so overall, please everyone drop some final comments. We're probably going to wrap up the stream in another 5-10 minutes. Comments, questions, concerns, anything you want to ask me about the Mets, baseball, my hats, my jerseys, my collection, artifacts, whatever, you guys, please drop below. We had a great streaming over the Mets and Phillies series recap, Mets and Cardinals series preview, Rojas. We're going to upload that Lindor video very soon, either today, tomorrow, Wednesday. A lot of testing and stuff is coming because it's, the end of the year exams. So I have all those course exams to do. So trying to balance time, but hey, I'm managing. So that's all that matters. I'm working stuff. So please, everyone, drop some final comments. What's going on? LFGM. Paul DeYoung, he is the Met killer. Yeah, I mean, those Cardinals guys, I mean, I think just having Yadier Molina, Adam Wainwright on that team really brings back 2006 vibes. McCann sucks. He has made our pitchers better. He tries to develop relationships with these pitchers outside of the ball, and it's paid off. 50-50. I mean, some games I see his framing's pretty bad with these breaking just outside the zone pitches. Sometimes he gets it, sometimes he doesn't. I mean, it really comes down to the umpires that I think is sometimes screwing up McCann overall. But please, everyone, drop some final comments. We're probably going to wrap up the stream in a bit, go over the last couple comments. I started to feel pain when I was warming up, says Diaz of his pain. Yeah, and that's when listen, if he mentioned it to him or not, I mean, Rojas should have known off the top of his head. Listen, 4 days in a row, that's too much for the guy. Yeah. I don't know. Rojas, we really messed up on that. Rojas, fireable offense in my opinion, but whatever. Rojas will be Rojas. But yeah, I'll check Twitter, see if there's any more things. Great stream. I appreciate it. It was Joey Votto. I did see Joey Votto got his 300th career home run. Congrats to him. He's a good baseball player. I don't mind him. Definitely potential Hall of Famer. Has one of the highest on-base percentages. I think dating back to his rookie years. Fire Rojas. Yeah, at this rate, I'd be for it. But please, everyone, drop some final comments, questions. Please, everyone, follow me on social media. I'll drop my social medias below. In the midst of making an outro for my social medias. So please follow me on all that. I'm going to drop them below. You guys could follow me on there. my Instagram. You guys want my Snapchat. And then most importantly, Twitter, which Twitter is typically, I guess, in terms of YouTube-wise, one of the best. I think my Twitter's either Hayden Mets or Mets Hayden. Mets Hayden, yeah. So yeah, please everyone, follow me on those. Those are my 3 main social media platforms that I am willing to give out. Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. I know I have a really long last name. It's spelled correctly. Just copy and paste it. So that's my Instagram, my Snap, and my Twitter. Please, everyone, follow me on those. Like, subscribe, all that stuff in this video. I think we have 280 subscribers. I actually record my subscribers bi-weekly. Well, weekly, I should say. So we're doing well. I think we're at 280. I think last week at this time we were at 270. So 10 subscribers in a week. I always like that. Please, everyone, share this channel with your friends. Share it with your grandparents. I could give a damn, honestly. So yeah, please give this video a like, comment, subscribe. Any other stuff? We're getting to the 2-minute mark of the stream, most likely. Any more final comments, questions, concerned? Please, everyone, drop them. But yeah, overall, great stream. Great stream. I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. We had a great crowd. It wasn't as long as I was imagining it. I thought we'd go 2 hours. I was debating about streaming the game tonight, but we'll see. There's like a 10% chance I may stream the game tonight. But we had great crowd. We had Boomer. We had Consumer Cellular, David, Vincent, Boomer. We had our friend Wardy come in. Always love him. John, Zariz. Definitely going to have to get him on the channel again. Mets fan, exclamation point. Jupiter, C. Kim, David, Perez, Hayden. Yeah, so we had a great crowd, everyone. I want to appreciate anyone coming. 1 more minute. Any more final questions, comments? Please drop them. Give me your score predictions for tonight, guys. My score prediction is I think we are going to get the W. I think Lucchesi is going to go 4 innings. I don't think we'll get the win. I think it'll be Jacob Barnes Jacob Barnes went yesterday, so they're probably not going to use him. I think it'll be Sean Reed Foley. I think he'll come in tonight. I think he'll get the win. I'm going hardcore. I'm going ambitious. High ambition. Yeah. So I think 3-1 Mets. And then in terms of Cardinals, I know we said our friend Boomer, he thinks the Cardinals will win. I mean, honestly, they probably are, but I'm just going to say the Mets are going to win because I'm a biased Mets fan. But yeah, please, everyone, great stream as always. LFGM. Any more final comments, questions, whatever you guys have to share, please follow me on the social media websites that I gave before. Please follow me on those. I would appreciate it. Whatever works. Like we said that Dustin May is out for the season with a UCL damage in his right elbow and will require Tommy John surgery. So that sucks. But luckily, the Dodgers have so much pitching depth. As a Met fan, I could say depth is important. But yeah, we had a great stream, though. Please, everyone, before we end this, give this video a like, comment, subscribe, whatever works. Awesome stream. It really was. Great stream. I want to thank you all very much for coming. We're probably going to call it here. LFGMO, let's get that W. We're rocking the Piazza today. Till next time, baseball fans. See ya.